is what we want to work out here. How many homes do you sell a month? Out of
We
those?
sell over 200 a year.
So, man, can you imagine? And so 50% of those have no lane? They don't have lane?
Mm,
I don't know if that, we have a lot of customers with land.
So what's the percentage of people?
You know what's probably hard, because we have a lot of customers come in without land that maybe we're losing because we don't have any way to help them.
Yeah.
I mean, a good way to help.
Sure, and that's what we're coming up with right here, right?
mhm.
You know, they come in, we don't have a good thing in place, and they're like, well.
Yeah.
Go to,
An easy way to do that is you can utilize home, like if you have like, a computer, like a section where they can go on the computer, go to homes.com. It's very easy to use. It's easier than Zillow. And on there, if you don't want to deal with the agent, on there is the actual listing agent. And just say, hey, you like that land? Right there, call it right now.
Yeah.
You get right now.
And I agree 1,000%, right? My only concern is your concern. If I have that buyer calling her own or his own to that realtor, that what's to keep that realtor from trying to sway them into another house, right? That's what I tell you, like, you gotta have somebody that's your partner. Right, so I go back to, out of your 200, about how many of those don't have land?
I would say probably a quarter,
Okay.
less than a
So
quarter.
50, right? 50 of them. I would bring in a realtor and say, hey, look, we do about 50 deals a year of people that don't have land. Here's what I'm proposing to you is we need you, because the average sales price is 200,000.
that would be a hair high, but I'd say anything 580.
Even if it was 100,
It's,
It's over 100.
it's probably.
Okay.
50.
but let's use this number. What's 3,000 times 50?
I'll do better for him. Give me your card. I'll get the license and I'll hire someone. Give me your card.
Let's run through this real quick though. What's 3,000 times 50?
150.
150,000, right? So
150,000.
can you, in my case, right? Hey, George, if I can get you $150,000 worth of business this year, are you open to being our realtor partner? And taking our buyers to go show them 2 to 3 properties, have them pick one, and we move on, brother. You write that contract, you're gonna make the $3,000 or whatever. We're doing this. We don't have the margins to pay you 3% on the whole deal. We tell them all that up front. We don't have the margins to do that. But you'll write up the land contract, you'll get paid on the land. We're not making money. We're not gonna mark up the land. We're not gonna do any of that. It's 50 grand. That's what it's gonna sell us for. Okay? And I would do that, and then I'd have my book, or even better, the computer, right? Have it on the computer if you and you have them kind of look and see what options are. I get them in contact in my case with George and say, hey, George, so and so wants to buy a house. They're buying a house from us. I need some property. Okay, they're pre-approved, but my land budget is this, because let me ask you a question. How much is a full-fledged construction utility package? If it's raw land, on average, with you guys?
60 is
Okay.
most general.
So, less
So 60,000 for utilities, right, for improvements.
That's site prep with sturdy spares,
Yeah.
usually so big.
Yeah. So the full FHA package.
It would take without a well, yeah.
Right,
I'd say.
so we're at 210. Your pre-approvals, your pre-approved customers are coming in with how much on average? Pre-approved.
400,000.
400,000, so that means I have 190K left for a house. So I'm telling George, look, they're buying a house and this house is 210, man. I need that land to be no more than 130,000. I need them to pick something that's 130 or less, because they're picking a house that's 210, and then I got 60 grand. And there's my 400. So I'm giving them the parameters. Now go out and make it. Go do it. And I keep feeding you customers. Right? Because most realtors aren't making a whole bunch of money. They like to pretend like they are. And no offense. Okay.
Well, and another problem I think we're having in our area too is because manufactured home is becoming a bigger deal. Is general contractors are wanting to get into the piece of the pie because they're kind of slowing down in the building, and they're trying to be elephant killers on this stuff. So they're going out, and I'm seeing $70,000-$80,000 site prep, and I'm like, it can't be that much, because
So that's where you win.
it's starting to get the too close to cost of stick building when you start having those exorbitant.
With them. Right? Because they're trying to make the same margins.
Yeah,
What were you gonna say?
I
Jessica?
was just gonna say, I had somebody's bid come in at 25,000 for a single wide going into a park. All utilities were there and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. You see, and so that's where you win with transparency. That's where you win with educating buyers up front. When they come in and I know they don't have land, I'm talking about that before we even go look at houses. Hey, listen, here's the scenario. Most people are looking for land. Land in our area is $150,000, right? Improvements are gonna be about 60,000. Oh my God, 60,000. Well, what's in 60,000? Well, you talk septic tank, which is about this. Electric for a raw piece of land is this. Water is this. I'm educating them on everything, right? So it's approximately $60,000. That's 210. Your pre-approval is 375. That means we only have X amount for a house. That's what we're gonna look at.
Well,
See?
and then sales tax on top of that. Watch.
So you see, but you gotta, you know that. They don't.
right.
And so when you educate them up front on all this stuff, now they're out there without those chairs that man was carrying yesterday, right? They're looking at something that fits into their budget. And then, well, man, I really don't like this. Well, we gotta be at this price point. Unless you're willing to go down on land, if there's anything available, I don't know, right? So we could, the only two numbers, this one is usually fixed. Would we agree?
Yeah,
The improvement cost is usually fixed. That was my experience, man. On average, it was gonna be somewhere between $50,000 to $55,000 for full-fledged FHA package.
yeah,
Whether it was a quarter acre land on the west side or a 1 acre piece of property on the north side. That improvement cost is fixed. The only thing that I can adjust are these two, the house and the land. Which one are we gonna compromise on? To make it fit in your budget. But I'm educating them up front. And then once we agree, then I show them houses that fit that budget. And if the house or, but I fell in love with this property, I saw it, great. All we gotta do is change the house to something else. But they already know, so they're moving more.
yeah.
But you have to be able to provide that. So even though you don't write up the land contracts, even though you guys aren't doing anything as far as directly advising them on MLS, you have to have those answers for them. And when you have them and you're prepared and you show that to them, and then I put them in touch with George, and George is gonna, I know I can trust George. George ain't gonna try and steer them somewhere else or try and sell them something different because we have a working agreement. So my advice to you guys would be amongst the 4 or 5, how many are you? Decide, bring in 2 or 3 different realtors and all of you guys interview. See, that makes more of an impact to a realtor. Where you're interviewing them, you're bringing them in, say, hey, this is what we've got to offer. Can we work together? You're gonna be our guy or our gal. This is what we need to know from you, that you're not gonna try and steal our customers. It's the first time we hear about this, you're done, and you're losing these 50 customers,
If not more.
if not more.
We're the biggest retailer in Washington State, so by far.
The homeboys don't play, baby.
What?
That, I was that agent looking for the land.
Yeah.
So they're out there. There's gonna be a realtor that will work with you.
We have, yeah. I have.
Okay, when you present it this way, like, hey, you got 150, 200 grand,
She's gonna
I'm
get her
really
license.
then she's gonna get licensed in once. That's all we gotta do. So there's,
Good. That's
just,
good.
just prepare yourselves.